Part 2. War Zones. In December 1916, Admiral von Holtzendorf, head of the German Imperial Admiralty Staff, had sent a memo to the Kaiser, which stated that they needed to sink 600,000 tons of merchant shipping a month to knock Great Britain out of the war. How were U-boats able to sink so much shipping? The U-boats were able to do this because most merchant ships were still sailing independently without any escort. To intercept them, the U-boats simply had to sail to the southwest of Ireland, Admiral Sims explained. The far-flung steamship lanes which bring Britain her food and raw materials from half a dozen continents focus in the Irish Sea and the English Channel. To cut the communications of Great Britain, therefore, the submarines merely needed to hover around the extremely restricted waters west and south of Ireland. He continued, this was precisely the area which the Germans had selected for their main field of activity. It was here that their so-called U-boats were operating with the most deadly effect. These waters constituted their happy hunting grounds, for here came the great cargo ships with food and supplies from America, which were bound for Liverpool and the great Channel ports. Blockade. Even before the war began in early August 1914, Great Britain planned a naval blockade of Germany. This took the form of a distant rather than a close blockade. A close blockade would be in danger from the new underwater weapons, mines and torpedoes. The main German North Sea bases, Wilhelmshaven and Cuxhaven, were protected by minefields. Because of its larger fleet, Great Britain had control of the sea. The main British battle fleet, the Grand Fleet, was based at Scapa Flow to counter the threat of the opposing German High Seas Fleet. Other British units patrolled the North Sea. The Northern Patrol guarded the entrance to the North Sea between the north of Scotland and Norway. Further south, forces were based at Rosyth near Edinburgh and Harwich. The Dover Patrol guarded the English Channel. In August 1914, the British issued a list of contraband items that it would prevent from reaching Germany. In November 1914, it declared that the North Sea was a war zone. All ships entered the North Sea at their own risk. Even food heading for Germany was considered contraband of war. Neutral ships, including Americans, were stopped. Those carrying contraband were escorted to English ports, where the British bought the cargo, then escorted the empty ships to safety. This involved leading them through the British minefields.